Alrighty then, multi-dimensions, and how can we apply it? And this time I'm going to use the flat earth and the round earth theories and stuff like that. It's just that it's up to the individual perceptibility, the ability and expanded view of their perception. So, third dimension, everything we can touch. It's only what I can see, or my little village, or my little town, or just my little family. If that's everybody, that's their perception to one person, that's all they got. That's all they're going to see. Emotions. Well, if everything's energy and everything's external, then they're not even going to try and think about or try to even see other aspects of the shape of the earth, or cosmology, for instance. Mental. That's the one where everybody's stuck in. It's like, guess what? If everyone's stuck in their head, they're not going to be able to see anything different other than what they've got, because they have a very narrow-minded viewpoint, and therefore their nervous system is nearly not connected from brain to gut, so therefore they can't see anything. That's the flat earthers, because they're just taking on what they've been told. Usually haven't researched it, haven't looked into other things, not helping, very narrow-minded. Then you get to the flat earth people. Well, that fits into multi-dimensional planes, and plane it, and water and birds, which will, as Tesla, go straight to the top and ask Nikola Tesla, but you can see it for yourself, right? Water is level, pretty simple. But that's where people get stuck in the flat. And the hollow earth, guess what? You can fit that in as well. It is hollow, we can dig under it. Not too far for us, limited technology in our limited time of consciousness. Right, we can. Then, if you open the third eye, and you get to the causal body, you'll start to realise that, hang on, there's a sun and a moon, and an ether element, that absolutely affects everything water. And we're 70-odd% water. Well, that seems to make sense, but it's just the individual perception, whether it's below the third eye, they're looking through the curvature of their iris and their eye, because our eye is the most sensitive part of our body that we look through. So, if we're looking through our eyes with our body in terrible condition, we're getting the messages through our nervous system back to our eye, and we're only able to see the curve. This is the perception. Then once it's flat, oh hang on, this bit here is flat. This person has got a bit more of their third eye and the front brain, neofrontal cortex awakened, so that's therefore their ability to perceive this topic. That's right, super easy. Then, if you get up onto a 6th or 7th dimensional awareness, you can start to see and ask Nikola Tesla, or anyone else who's open-minded and investigated, and more importantly, accepting. Because so many people stay in this mental range for 20 years trying to prove something. Yeah, they're just got an emotional part that they haven't connected. They're trying to prove themselves to their father. Nervous system, and of course, their gallbladder is filthy. Father, proving not connected. Simple, right? Then once you get up here, you'll start to look at ancient wisdom. And every single ancient wisdom culture has had a similar cosmology. And they've just put it in different shapes and a slightly different explanation. So, it seems easy. Guess what? Then you get the cosmology up here, and actually we'll do it there. It opens up into something called Heaven's Gate, which is that St. Peter or Paul at Heaven's Gate story. You get into the void, where you can start to understand the esoteric spiritual concepts and the divine that is absolutely limitless, subtle bodies and consciousness. But you have to have the brain awakened, or an open third eye ideally, to be able to accept these things. Perception. Seems to fit, right? And of course, once you be able to get the perception up here, you're able to use that for yourself, for your own good, and for those of others, to share. So we can create an understanding and raise consciousness. And isn't that what we're trying to do? Fits in, right? Easier.